afterword or thought, something of the sort. Gentle reader, you may be wondering what the heck was going on here. Fucked if I know, but I'll take a stab at it. The stories in this book do not appear in the order in which they were written. The first story was our England trip and is perhaps the most significant because, well, you'll figure it out. And that after that came What's So Special and then Undertow. But if you're reading this part first, Janice, shame on you. Go to the prologue and start there. Didn't you know there's a correct way to read a book? Didn't some asshole with a university education insist that you start at page 1 and progress forward from there? Well, suit yourself. Start here if you want, but I'd advise against it because I'm not going to give away anything in the end that will make you any wiser in the beginning. Unless I already have, of course. Now, 3 stories in the middle of this book are the oldest. You should probably start there, but I wouldn't. Start wherever you feel like starting. It makes no difference to me. I'm just trying to give you, dear Janice et al., some idea of what the heck happened here. I don't really know, but it has something to do with hell. I was taught to believe in that place, and as a result, I've been making my way through it most of my life. A pox on anyone who thinks otherwise. So the book starts with our England trip and moves forward from there, unless you find that odious. I certainly did. I mean, being taught that if you aren't good, you go to hell. You see, the problem with that was and is that I was pretty sure when I was young that I was the only person in my family who wasn't going to have to explain things to St. Peter. And when I finally got to meet him, I almost did, you know. More than once. I've died twice already, you know. Or almost died or something like that. It's all just a theory, right, Bob? So the story starts with our England trip and progress forward and backwards in time. And you can do that, you know. Go back in time and heal the past by rewriting it. I certainly have, and that's the point. None of these stories actually happen the way I've written them, and none of the characters are real unless you want them to be. Fuck it, I'm sick of listening to what they have to say and have decided to put the whole thing, hang on, these characters, man, I tell you, to rest. Well, there are better stories than these, and it's time to make a finish to this book and move on, but just before I do that, I'll let you in on what the whole thing really means. It don't mean shit, Bob. Except that it does, because if you aren't good, you go to hell. At some point it's replaced with, if you don't succeed, it's self-actualizing, you get to come back and try again. The world is very forgiving that way. There is room for errors and mistakes and blunders. Just don't hurt yourself, or anyone else for that matter. You should be all right in the end. And even if you aren't, you will be in the end. The real end is, that is, not this bullshit end that you're reading right now. I'm going to skip ahead. I just had one last thing to say. All you malcontents, miscreants, and general all-around shit disturbers, I'm with you. I got your back, and as long as I'm still with you, you can put that in your pipe and smoke it. Weed, that is, not the green shit. That's for dopes. I'm talking about the good stuff, Northfield Blue, 100% Canadian, added a free, full flavor, and none of that foreign crap either. I think we've all had enough of that. Farm to you, all my love, a song in the key of Fred, FCG, FCG, GCF, FCG, chorus, FC, oh, okay, that's enough. The living end, and I hope for now and for all eternity, hey, you never know, right? It might turn out like that in the end, let's hope so anyway. Now stop reading this and get on with it. I said get on with it, life's too short, except that when it's long and it's getting longer by the minute, stop reading now. It only gets worse after this, unless of course it gets better, which it just might, you never know. Thank you.